Hey everybody, it's Carla. Welcome to the Happy Bookmaker. Or maybe today it should be the Happy Paper Dyer. I thought we'd do something really fun and different. I am preparing to do a new book, a new sort of writing journal with a French theme. And I want it to be purely for writing. So I want all of the pages to be really special. So we're gonna do some paper dyeing. And we're gonna be doing lots of different colors because I want a variety and using as natural ingredients as possible. So the first ingredient is gonna be green tea, which you can see here. And I confess, green tea is not actually that green. I added 1 drop of green food coloring because it's like, what, why bother if it isn't actually going to be green, right? So we'll be taking the bags out of that. I'm going to be straining most of this stuff so there isn't sediment in the pan. After it's strained, I'm going to pour it in here. We're going to put our sheets through and we're going to drain them or stack them on this towel with a paper towel. This is turmeric to get a yellow golden color, and if you can see like the sediment in the bottom, and this is why I want to strain it, because I don't know what'll happen when that sediment dries, if it'll become like powdery or we just don't really want that on our paper, I don't think. I think for colors it could be kind of cool, but I may experiment on that on my own. And this, oh, this is so beautiful, blueberry juice. So I had about 3/4 of a cup of blueberries. They weren't old, they weren't bad, but you know how they were, they kind of start to wrinkle a little bit, like they're not in their prime. So I took the three-quarter cup of blueberries and added 2 cups of water and boiled it and then turned it down to simmer for a good hour, and then I just let it sit overnight. So it's a beautiful color. And then coffee, just strong black coffee. So so as far as like measurements and that sort of thing, this was 3 tea bags, and I've got about 2 cups of water in here. I actually used my Keurig. You could boil water. I used my Keurig because you can get hot water out of there, and put the 3 bags in and turned on the hot water dispenser and got really nice hot water. And this is about the same. It's about 2 cups of water. It's a little bit less. And then I just kind of eyeballed the turmeric and just kind of dumped some in. I would say it was probably about, I don't know, 1 or 2 teaspoons. And the coffee, I just made really, really strong coffee. So, okay, we're gonna get started. But before I do that, I'm gonna put on some gloves because, especially when it comes to this, I really don't want to look like Violet Beauregard from, I think that's her name, from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I want to keep my nails nice and clean and white, and we don't want little purple ones. Now, as for the paper, this is just regular printer paper or copy paper. And so it's 8.5 by 11. So this is a regular cake pan, probably like 9 by 13. So let's start with a lighter color, and then in between I'm going to rinse this out and put in the new color. So we're going to strain our turmeric, and usually I do like spritzing, like I'm more of a spritzer for paper dyeing, but I really wanted to try this, and then I didn't want to have like 10 different bottles for doing different colors. See, it's going to be a light yellow. I can see right now it's going to be light because most of the color is in that sediment, but that's okay. I just wanted to have some different colors. So that's just, look at all the sediment left in there. I just didn't think I wanted that on the paper. Okay. I mean, this is kind of new for me too. So, all right, you dip it in, maybe turn it over. Yeah, this is gonna be very light. Very, very light. Let's see if I can we can get you closer in here. This is totally different for me. I'm on my kitchen island, standing island, and setting up the camera and stuff. This is fun. Like, I feel like I could do a cooking show. This is really fun. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take like a few of them, because I've seen it done that way. I don't think you have to do them separately. Yeah, I don't think that's really getting very much color. at the very least, it's gonna be like an off-white, I think. Okay, ew, come on out of there. So, do this. Now, when I'm all done, I'm gonna take these down to the basement, and I have a remnant, a carpet remnant, and I just lay them all out on the carpet until they're dry. And you know, and then when they're dry, I'll flatten them in some way or iron them. I've kind of gotten into ironing the paper because, I don't know, it's kind of instant satisfaction. And I like that, so. Okay, that is, let's see, what have I got here? I'm thinking in this new book to have 6 signatures of 6. So if I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 5, 6, 7. I guess it doesn't matter. We're gonna just have a mixture. I really do want to get some of these other fun colors. So you can see how it's just kind of, it's really pale. I'm gonna put this back in here for now. I might do more yellow later. And let's move on to the green tea. This is so light, I'm not even going to rinse it out. That's my method of madness here. Okay, and as far as the green tea, I think really I can just do this, and I don't, is there sediment? There might be a little bit, but we're gonna go with that. I think the green is gonna be fun. Now I probably should, you know what? No, I think that's okay. I think I can lay the green on here. That could be kind of fun, huh? And then this will have a little bit of green on it. That'll be kind of unique. This out. I don't know, we're just experimenting. Really have no idea how this is gonna turn out. But I do love the idea of hand-dyed papers. Yeah, they're gonna be light. I mean, maybe when they dry, they get a little darker. I'm not sure. I guess we'll find that out. Okay. Is that gonna really muck it up? I'm just wondering if I should put another towel. Hold on. Okay, I just laid another paper towel over here. I think it would be okay, but I just don't know. So, some of the green is still going to get through. Ooh, I like that. That's pretty. I mean, it actually really, here, maybe over a little, really does look like green tea, right? I'm really excited about the blueberry. Really, really excited about that. Okay. Like so. Oh, that is pretty. You know, I didn't think this was going to be enough dye, or I thought I wouldn't be able to get many out of it, but you totally can. You can get a lot of sheets out of this. So after this, I'm gonna hunker down and do a whole bunch more. Yeah, that was pretty cool, huh? Here, I'm gonna pour this back. We got another paper towel. Okay, because the coffee is, maybe I'm doing this backwards because I'm putting the lighter ones on the bottom. I can move these. No, let's go with it. Let's be brave. Let's be brave. Okay. Look at that deep, dark, rich coffee. I don't think I even need all of it. And so I did 2 cups of water in the pot and then just a whole bunch of coffee. I use a Keurig or my Nespresso, so I don't ever really have to measure coffee, so I was totally guessing. And again, when I do my coffee dyeing, it's more like spritzing, so this is gonna be really different. I'm really excited to see how this looks. And then when I'm done, of course I'm gonna let them dry and obviously stop the video, but I'm gonna pick it up after they're dry and after I have somehow flattened or ironed some papers. I mean, that's pretty. It's different than spritzing for sure, because you can see, when you're spritzing, you can still see the white coming through. That's cool though, I really like it. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, get lots of coffee dyed. Is it a mess, huh? I have a lot of paper left, so let's do more, even more coffee. And I think the rest will be blueberry. So did I mention the theme of the new book I'm going to be working on? It is going to be made from an old book again, and it'll be more of a writing journal, although it could be somewhat of a junk journal. But it's going to be really small, and it's going to have a French theme, but it's going to be, instead of France and flowers, it's going to be French ladies. And so I'm going to have beautiful images of fashionable French ladies. Well, maybe fashionable, maybe not. Every few pages or something. So it'll just be a really fun, pretty writing journal for someone, I would love to sit down and just have pretty images as I write down, write things down, do my journaling. Okay, so I'll bring the rest of the coffee back in there. That's a lot. There's a lot left. Okay. All right, blueberry. All right. Oh, I forgot to strain it, you guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What am I thinking? You can see the blueberries. Okay, try not to get this all over me. Oh my gosh. Blueberry does stain, just in case you didn't know. Okay, let me take these green tea bags out of here. And I don't think there's any, is there sediment? We'll see here. We'll see, yeah, there is. Okay, okay. Hold on, I'm going to redo something. Be right back. Okay, so what I did was I grabbed some paper towels to catch the sediment. I don't have cheesecloth. I know that would be probably the preferred method, but I just don't have any. So we're gonna do this. Because I think a little of it would be okay, but not as much as what was coming through. So, how beautiful, look at that color. How beautiful is that? It would be fun to do like orange and a blue. Oh, I'm gonna try to find. What would you do to do blue? What would you use? Maybe blue food coloring. I mean, I'm fine with using food coloring. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Is it a natural ingredient? Not really, but it is a food ingredient, sort of. Okay, how pretty. And then I went ahead and laid down more towels on here. Okay, I'm gonna do like 3 at a time. I could probably do more. This is fun. I could totally get addicted to dyeing paper. Oh, look at the color. Look at the color. Love it. Okay. There's like a little bit of coffee on here too that just kind of splattered. Look at that beautiful color. Oh, I ripped it. Oh, because it's very wet. Okay. That's okay. It's all right. This is just regular copy paper. You could do something a little thicker, but for my purposes, I don't want anything too thick for the writing journal. Turn it over. I don't think you need to turn it over. It's definitely getting under there. Oh, isn't that interesting? This looks redder than that one. That is really funny. Okay. I'm gonna do these all. I'm gonna do these all in red. And I am gonna do some blue. I'm gonna do some blue too. So I'm gonna pause you in a few, and I'm gonna make some blue because I just think it would be really fun. And then we're gonna have like 5 colors because I want every page in this book to be a colored page of some sort, whether it's that turmeric, which is really light, or oh, they're just getting like redder and redder, which I love. Okay, I'm gonna pour this back in here. Okay, so I've got more paper, and I've got about 2 cups of water here because that's what I did with the other ones. And I'm just gonna put in some drops of blue, and I'm just gonna mix it with my finger because I'm protected. that is a pretty color. That's really pretty. I also don't want to get them too dark because if you want to write on them, you know, gosh, that's pretty. It's almost a tealy kind of blue. I think that's good. I love that. Okay. In we go. In we go. Now I have seen, you know, I did do a little research. I'm not just totally winging it. That people do add other things to the water, or they do the water. I think I read alum and other things, maybe salt. And I think that that might help with the color fastness. However, again, for these purposes, this is a closed up journal. Oh gosh, that's pretty. And I'm just not concerned about it, you know, it's not going to be like in the sun. It might fade over time. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But I just don't think this is, I don't think it's necessary for what I'm doing. Hopefully I'll find out that I'm correct. So, gosh, I love the blue. That is so pretty. That is so pretty. Boy, I could become a paper dyeing factory here. This is awesome. Okay. Last one. Gosh, I think the blueberry and the blue are gonna totally be my favorites, along with the coffee. Yeah. Okay, we'll have to see when they're dry, huh? We'll see how they dry up. Okay. All right, you guys. I'll meet you back here after they're dry and ironed. Okay, everybody, it's the next day, almost exactly 24 hours later. So the paper turned out so beautiful. I'm so pleased with it. So I did do another color after the fact because as it turned out, and I'm sorry for the lighting, it's, I don't know, I'm in a different place and it's just not as bright right here. But my green tea did not really turn out green at all. So I took the blue, like the blue food coloring mixture that I made, and mixed it with the coffee. And guess what? I got green. Now I know it doesn't look terribly green. It's more of a kind of a light sagey green, but it turned out beautifully and I just love it. These are a little bit bigger sheets. I have some 8.5 by 14. That's what all of these were. And I cut them down. But I'm going to kind of go through all the papers right now and show you the colors. And then I'm also going to show you that these are ironed. I iron them. And there are other ways that you can flatten your papers, but because I don't have any patience, I like to iron them and get them really nice and flat. Not super flat. It's not like, you can see that there are wrinkles, but I want them to be flat enough that it's easy for me to fold them and that sort of thing. So this is the sagey green, and you're gonna be surprised at how some of these turned out. I really was. This is, and I'm only showing you two just so you can kind of see that there are variations, but this is the turmeric. And I think that some of this brown on here is just the fact that I was stacking papers up and maybe some of the coffee or the tea stained got on this, but I love the way that looks. It looks so old and beautiful. So this is the turmeric and it's not yellow at all. It just kind of made it off white. Oh, did I do this in front of you? I think I also did not do red in front of you because you'll find out when I get to the blueberry is not pink or purple or red or anything like that. So I took just plain red food coloring, did the same kind of mixture, and then did red food coloring dye and got this really pretty pink paper. And you can see some of the, again, where it was stacked and some of the other colors got on it. And I think it's beautiful. This is the green tea, which interestingly has no green in it at all, even though I added green food coloring to the mixture, which is very odd. But I mean, it really does look like the green tea as it is in you know, natural as it comes out. So I love it. It's more of a, it's, you know, it's like a hint of green, but you know, I think it turned out really well. I still really like it, but I did want to get that green, and that's why I did the other one. Now, guess what this is? This is the blueberry, and I love it. It is my favorite. It turned out beautifully, and look at this beautiful, like, sort of striation of the colors. I just love it, but it is not blue. If anything, it's kind of a tealy color. I hope that you can tell that on camera. I can't really tell. When I'm looking at it with the naked eye, it is just kind of tealy colored, but it's gorgeous. It is just gorgeous. And then this is coffee dyed. So this is our coffee dye paper. So it's kind of what I expected it to be. And I love it. It's different than, like I said, when I spritz, and then I have some of the white showing through. You know what, oh, okay, this is what this is. This is the blue dye, blue food coloring dye. So it looks really white now today after it's dried. It was this really pretty kind of baby blue, and it's really light. But again, I like it because I wasn't looking for certain things, certain colors to turn out certain ways, or certain dyes to turn out certain ways. What I was looking for was a variety of colors and a variety of turnout. So I just love it. They're all kind of, you know, oldie, pastel-y looking, and I'm thrilled the way they turned out. I'm so pleased. My favorite is the blueberry because it's just so unique. Had a blast with this. These are all ironed. And then the little cutoffs that I had from the 8.5 by 14 paper, I use for pockets in junk journals. I also make little mini notebooks with these. So I took those and I dipped them. Look at these pretty pink ones. This was the red food coloring. And I was just really haphazard about it. This would be blueberry. I'd like to come up with an orange, which I thought the turmeric might be, but it absolutely wasn't. So I'm going to try to come up with that sometime. So these were super fun. So, not that you don't know how to iron, but in case you don't, if you want to see how it is to iron paper. Now this isn't terribly wrinkly. Let me pick one that's a little more wrinkly. Another way you can do this is to take your stack of papers, lay them on a hard surface, and put something flat over it, like a big book, and then something really heavy on top of it. And I like to use my big stand mixer, the big Hamilton Beach stand mixer that I can hardly lift at all. And you do that like overnight, and they're gonna be nice and flat. They're not gonna be maybe as flat and pressed as ironing, but they're gonna be pretty flat. And I've done it that way too. So there's something really kind of, I don't know, instant gratification in the ironing of the paper. So you want to make sure that you're doing a low heat. So sometimes I go down a little bit lower, and you can kind of tell, honestly, if you smell the paper is getting hot, you want to turn it down. And obviously don't leave it unattended. But if you don't have an iron, do the other method. It works fine. It really does. There was one time when I hadn't done it and I needed to use my paper and I had to get it flat quickly. And so that's why I do this. So I'm just going to see the difference. Now what I've got down here is I've got a bigger towel. I do have a little countertop ironing board, but it's too big even for this. And for my purposes today, I just laid down a big towel and then a tea towel over it so that there's no texture coming through from the other towel. But you see how easy this is? And it's just makes it nice and flat. It's not going to take out every single wrinkle, but I don't think you want that. But so now when you fold it, it's going to fold nicely and it's going to take up less space. So it looks like maybe I did this one. Let's do another color just so you can kind of see. Let's get a really messy one. That one's pretty messy. And you can see that this one also has a little bleeding, I think, of the blueberry on it. This is gorgeous. I think this might be the green tea stained. So, oh, I love this one. I may take some of these that are a little bit more solid in color and do some spritzing on them. Just a few of them, just to see how that turns out. But, oh gosh. Yeah, it's kind of like marbly. It's so pretty. I think what's fun about it and what's beautiful about it is that you don't know how it's going to turn out. You just don't know. You know, you can have an idea, but it just turns out the way it's meant to. So yeah, I love this. But that's how easy it is to iron. If you, like I said, if you don't like that, that other way is super effective and super easy. So that's it, you guys. Hey, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Bye.